From biting off a fleeing car theft, stopping another suspect running from the cops, here are 7 instances when K9 helps police catch suspects by taking a bite out of them. In December 2019, police officers in Seattle were dispatched to a robbery complaint. When they arrived at the scene, the situation escalated as the suspect tried to run from the officers. They decided to resort to extreme measures, and this is what happened next.
K912, my partner's got him. We're right here by the library.
Sir, please.
Attempting to escape from a K9 team was not the smartest of ideas. After seeing the suspect attempting to flee the scene, an officer immediately took out a K9 dog and ordered it to catch the suspect. In the next few seconds, the suspect was on the ground, begging the officers to get the dog off of him.
Good boy! Good boy! Good boy, bleib! 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 He's a good boy!
After making sure that the suspect was scared enough to follow lawful commands, the officer took the dog off and started applauding him for his quick work. The suspect, who seemed to be in excruciating pain, was apprehended by the other officers in the meanwhile.
Ready on the one in custody.
He's a good boy. You got that bad guy.
While this suspect was caught quite easily, this next guy would have likely managed to escape if not for the swift intervention of the K9 unit. On the 4th of September 2018, Deputy Nick Carmack from Pasco County Sheriff's Office initiated a traffic stop on suspicions of a stolen vehicle. Instead of complying with law enforcement, the driver made a bad decision and tried to evade the police. An intense pursuit began, and just when the police vehicle chased down their car, the driver and another passenger from the vehicle started escaping on foot. That's when Deputy Nick deployed a K9 on the fleeing suspects. One individual managed to cross a fence, almost succeeding in his escape. However, the K9 dog instantly grabbed the suspect before the deputy could reach there and turned his escape attempt into a failure by biting him off. As shown in the Bodycam footage, the suspect began to scream in pain and was quickly taken into custody by the officer. The suspect struggled with the dog while lying on the ground in pain, and because of that, it became difficult for Deputy Nick to arrest him. The dog, however, refused to release its grip on his back. After a while of struggle, the deputy was able to put the suspect in handcuffs, and only then he took the dog off of him. Deputy Nick called the backup quickly, and the suspect was taken to jail. You don't stand a chance trying to flee from a K9 unit on foot. On the 4th of July, 2023, an encounter between law enforcement and a 23-year-old truck driver turned violent when he avoided an attempted traffic stop in Circleville, Ohio. The police had ordered him to stop because of a missing mud flap in his truck, but he kept on driving, alerting the officers about a probable suspicion.
Quick County or Ross County?
He took off again. We're heading northbound.
This kind of escape attempt can be treated as a misdemeanor in court. Nonetheless, the police tried to chase him down in their vehicles and were able to catch him after a while. Even after he was surrounded by officers, the suspect's behavior was quite odd and non-compliant. In the Bodycam footage, officers can be heard repeatedly ordering him to get on the ground, or else he was going to get bit. However, he remained still in his position, indirectly refusing to comply. It looked like he wanted to get in trouble. After a while of giving lawful commands, Officer Ryan Speakman with the Circleville PD decided to deploy a K9 on him. A police officer holds the right to deploy a K9 if he senses a suspect is about to cause a threatening situation. By not getting on the ground immediately despite lawful commands, this driver created a similar scenario, and hence Officer Speakman deployed the K9. As can be seen in the Bodycam, the suspect cries in pain while the officers take him into custody. While this guy invited it upon himself, check out this next suspect who tried his best to escape from a K9 team but remained unsuccessful. On January 25, 2020, multiple officers from the Pasco Sheriff's Office responded to a call regarding an aggravated assault with gun violence. Multiple suspects were engaged in an argument with a victim and later fired shots in his direction before he called the police. The officers then began chasing them with a K9.
They're running. Hey, stop! Watch out, Weaver!
The cops spotted one of the suspects matching the description, but he started running after being asked to come to the police. The officers ran behind him, and an on-foot pursuit began.
Get him, Chef! Guys, hold the traffic and let the dog go. Get him, Chef!
After realizing the suspect might get away, the officer with K9 released the dog and ordered it to catch the suspect.
Chef, here! Chef! Here! Hold the traffic. Air, keep eyes.
Both the dog and the officer ran for a while, and by the time they got to the suspect, he was already under the control of another officer. Although the suspect was already apprehended, the K9 Shep still bit him on the hips and got applauded by its controlling officer. The suspect was then put into handcuffs and was taken to jail. And if you think this was a difficult arrest, look at this car thief who took the officers on a chase before being hunted down by a K9. On June 23, 2023, deputies from Marion County responded to a report of a car theft and were quickly dispatched to the scene. After a while, the stolen vehicle was spotted by a Bellevue PD officer, who began following the car and notified the MCSO.
There you go. Air 129, we'll call it.
The deputies arrived and attempted to pursue the stolen vehicle, which made things ever more interesting.
First guy.
Placing.
Where you said there, you call it.
10-4, units in the 31, Air 1 calling in.
All right, if y'all set up around the perimeter of that business, they can't go and get out.
The suspect evaded multiple traffic stops before bumping into railroad tracks and then trying to flee on foot. However, the deputies quickly deployed a K9 dog and an on-foot chase began.
Here! That way! That way! Here goes K9! You're the rest right on the snow! Pocket him in! Pocket! Here! Pocket! Pocket him in! Pocket!
Finally, he was tracked down by the K9 dog as he tried to conceal himself.
Come on, man!
The dog quickly attacked the suspect and started mauling him as he cried in pain. The deputies ordered him to get on the ground and stop resisting as he pleaded to take the dog off of him. However, the dog didn't loosen its grip on him until he was placed in handcuffs. One of the cops then took the dog off, who was still not willing to let go and kept barking at the suspect even after being taken away. After arresting him, the deputies found drug paraphernalia in his pocket and also located a backpack with marijuana that belonged to him. And now, let's look at how this K9 took a bite out of a guy who had committed a murder during a robbery. On March 31, 2021, officers from Pasco County responded to reports of a shooting in Hudson and found a deceased male upon arriving at the scene. Witnesses reported that the suspect who shot the man was known to him and had fled the scene with a bag of money. The officers were able to locate the vehicle after a while and eventually chased it down. The suspect then tried to escape on foot, and here's how he was detained by a K9 shepherd. The suspect thought he could get away in the woods, but evading a K9 was not at all easy. By the time the officers reached him and ordered him to put his hands behind his back, the dog was already all over him, biting him and dragging him on the floor. He kept screaming in pain, begging the officers to take the dog off of him before an officer finally did it. The dog kept barking at him despite the officer taking it away. The suspect was then taken to jail after being arrested. And if you think this arrest was violent enough, check out this guy who pulled out a gun on an officer before biting the K9 himself. On March 16, 2021, K9 Corporal Donahue located a wanted man with multiple warrants in Bellevue. The man named Brandon Richer was spotted in the backyard of a house, and as soon as he saw the officer, he started to run. Officer Donahue quickly took his K9 and began pursuing him, and what followed was an ugly altercation between a criminal and men in blue. The officer warned Richer to stop before deploying the K9 on him. The dog quickly attacked him, but instead of being compliant, Richer started resisting and got hold of the dog himself. The altercation continued, but the officer had no idea that Richer was armed.
It's in the leash! Please!
Dude.
Please!
Not
that one, it's the other one!
Hey, hold on.
It's the other one, please!
Where I can see it.
Please!
Put your hand where I can see it.
I don't want to get it big!
Grab the gun.
Get down now!
As seen in the footage, Richard suddenly pulled out a handgun after repeatedly pleading with the officer to get the dog off. The officer, who was looking to take it off, noticed the gun immediately and ordered Richard to drop it off. However, he was in no mood to comply, and the altercation got even more aggressive as a result.
Drop the fucking gun!
Stop! Get that fucking dog off of me! God damn it!
Get the man, 1024.
Get your fucking dog off of me!
Drop the gun now.
Get your fucking dog off!
1024. Drop the gun, dude.
Yeah, boy!
Drop the gun. Drop the gun.
Let me go, dude.
Go.
Let me the fuck go.
Drop the gun, dude.
Please let me go.
Let go of the gun.
Begging you, dude.
Let
Let me go.
Let go of the gun, man.
Richard decided to increase his troubles and started biting the officer on his arm. The officer can be heard in the clip ordering him to let go of him, but he was not willing to listen. After a while of struggle, the officer was able to take the gun off him. 2 other officers arrived as well, and Richard then did something even more surprising.
Gotcha. Let me go. Get his hand.
Let me go.
Get his hand. His stomach.
As the officers finally tried to take him into custody,
Let go of the dog. Stop biting his ear.
he bit the ear of the canine dog. The officers forcefully separated him from the dog, and he started playing the victim card yet again. He was eventually arrested and taken to jail.
Stomach. Lay down on your stomach. Lay down on your stomach. On your stomach.
Fucking breathe.
On your stomach.
Please, I gotta breathe.
On your stomach. On your stomach now.
I need to breathe. Please, I need to breathe. Please.